Hey everyone, it's Angela with Mystic Moon, bringing you guys the weekly soul connection reading. And so this is going to be for today's date, which is Monday, July 27th, going all the way until Sunday, August 2nd. So soul connections, this could be twin flame, soulmate, however you see this person. We're just going to be focusing on the energies of you and them today. I do tend to channel for those that are in some sort of a separation or challenge, but at the end of the day, please just take what resonates and get rid of what doesn't. Today's Organite we're going to be using by my friend Michelle from Wing and Bell. This is the Cupid's Rose Organite. So I will put her information and shop down below. All the decks that I'm using here today, I'll let you guys know what they are as I shuffle each one. But if there are any of the decks that I've created, if you're within the US, you can purchase them on my website. But if you're international, please email my team and they will send you a special link to order them. So I did create a little bit of an outline here today. It's kind of short today. I don't know if this will be over an hour today, you guys, but it is because I'm going to be doing a really long twin flame reading this week. I wasn't able to do that last week. So I just want to kind of reserve my energy. So let's get into it. The very first thing that we're going to do is we're going to break down your connection. So the current energy of your connection right now, earth, air, fire, water. So earth is very much going to be about the reality, like what is the 3D reality of the connection at this particular time. So I wanted to use the Osho Zen Tarot, and I wanted to combine it with my connections for the modern world. I also wanted to get a little bit of extra energy with that Enchanted Love Tarot, as well as my Arrows of Love Oracle. So let's get into it, okay? All right, so what does Spirit want us to know when it comes to the 3D energy of this connection? Where is this connection at in the 3D reality? Okay, so we have hungry. So people could really be hungering for one another at this time, missing each other. We also have projection. So there could be people that are projecting something onto the other person. And we also have dating, okay? So let's go ahead and clarify some of this information. So what does Spirit want us to understand about hunger? What do we need to know about hungry? Okay, so this right here, you guys, Seven of Clouds is the Seven of Swords in this particular deck. This Osho Zen Tarot can be read more like an oracle, okay? It does say politics, but what this is saying here is that there's like a two-faced or a false energy. And so, of course, politics would be, if some people find that funny, but hungry. So this right here tells me that we might be hungering something, but it's like behind the scenes. It's very hidden. So right now in the reality, I feel like people are hiding behind masks of what they really desire. So this is a connected energy, you guys. This isn't just you watching the video. This is for your person as well that you're connected to. I feel like people are doing a really good job of hiding behind a mask, and they're not really putting it out there what they are desiring or what is causing them to feel hungry. So I just feel like desires are hidden at this time. You might be hiding that, your person might be hiding it, etc. So that's the reality of what's happening here in the connection. So I feel like there's perhaps a desire. Now we have projections. When we project, like, let's just say our desires or our fantasy onto somebody else or what we think is happening, that can create a slew of problems. And that's exactly what it's doing, okay? It's burdening us. Six of Swords. I mean, the Six of Swords is definitely a card where we would like to move past something. We don't want to feel heavy anymore when it comes to our fears or what we might be projecting onto another person. A lot of us put expectations on someone else to fulfill our happiness. This in turn becomes a burden for ourselves because it's no one's responsibility or job in life to fulfill our happiness. It's our own job to do that. So in the end, it becomes a burden. So I feel like right now in the 3D world, there's a lot of maybe just physical world burdens, a lot of burdens when it comes to our thoughts and what we're projecting out into the universe or even projecting out to other people. So I feel like there's a real need to just kind of pull back your energy and figure out how we are participating in the madness of our thoughts. You know, at the end of the day, we are the person that is running that machine. It's our own fears, our own thoughts that burden us. Yes, other people and the experiences that we've had with them can attribute to that, but at the end of the day, we choose to allow other people's either judgments or the things that they've said to us or what they think about us to burden us. So we can really get into a state of hell with ourselves when we have all of these things that we are carrying. Like this, you can see in this picture, this man this is like the ego, this man's ego and his fear and everything that is just ruling his mind at this time. So you will, of course, reflect back to you what you're thinking about yourself. It's like energy attracts your vibration of where you're at right now will attract certain people and situations to mirror back that truth. So if you really feel and your truth is that you're unworthy or you're unlovable, etc., that will be the type of people that you will attract into your life to basically unveil or in some sort of way kind of like unmask these fears, you know, within you that you're feeling. So I think it's interesting that we have the 7 of Swords and the 6 of Swords. So Spirit, I feel, is saying that both of you right now might be wearing false masks, and also you guys might be operating right now from ego and really projecting what you think about each other onto each other. So I feel like there's some mistruths here. I feel like there's this accuracy of how people really feel. It's not clear. And both people are doing it. And that's why I feel like we have the dating card here. There's 2 cups here. Both people are doing this right now in this connection. You might assume the worst about your person and your person might assume the worst about you. So that creates a lot of false narratives, okay? And it's like at the end of the day, we may really desire just some sort of calmness or peace with this individual, but it's difficult to get there when we are too busy with what the mind is telling us or what the mind is trying to project outside of ourselves. So now we have dating. We have this right here is like the Chariot's energy, okay? So it's 7 in the major arcana. Chariot, you know, Chariot is about movement forward. It is about being determined to balance the mind so that way you can move forward on your journey, becoming aware that a lot of our thoughts are actually creating our reality, you guys. So I feel like both of you and your person are starting to become very aware that your own fears and your own projections may be working against you on this journey. And so people are starting to see that their own thoughts, maybe what they are thinking, maybe what they are fantasizing about, maybe even obsessing about, is now starting to create some sort of stormy energy within the mind. So there's a breakthrough here, which I really like. Now, the dating energy, this is about, casual energy. Dating is like getting to know someone. It may be that you and your person really don't know each other as well as you think that you do. What you think about them isn't really who they truly are, and what they think about you isn't who you truly are. So like I said, there could be some sort of false narratives or even false perceptions that have been projected onto each other. So I feel like on your own, when it comes to the reality of what's happening in this connection right now, it's like you guys need some sort of a redo. There needs to be a reset energy here in order to get clear about who you guys really are, and whatever fears that came up, this will help that also to get cleared up. So at the end of the day, I feel like there needs to be some sort of clear communication to clear up a lot of these misconceptions about each other. So that is the energy right now of 3D. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go into the air's energy, and that air energy is mental. So it's like the mental activity that's occurring in this connection. It could even be communication on a telepathic level. Okay, so we have farewell. So this tells me here that you and your person have probably parted ways and separated. Okay. So I do, like I said, tend to channel for those that are in separation or experiencing a challenge. So it could be there's distance between the two of you because we do have that suitcase. So it might cause, one or both of you to need to travel to see the other. So there could be that separation by just distance. Or it could be that you have said goodbye to this person, or they've said goodbye to you, or it has been, amicable. Like you guys have both agreed that it might be best. So now we have leather, and it says lust bound. You and this person are still bound to one another. And when I say bound, that doesn't mean that you cannot disconnect from them energetically. Anybody can disconnect from anybody at any time. It's just when we're ready to do so is when we feel the energetic shift. Now, we did get in the reality, like the 3D reality, hungry. So there's some kind of a desire here that exists between you and this individual. You guys might be, I feel like with that projection card that came up, it's like somebody is projecting like a projector in their mind some sort of fantasy or what they desire with each other. You guys are both doing it though. So it's almost like you guys don't have anything in the 3D to work with. And so it leaves you no choice but to kind of be in that wishful state with this individual and them with you, because you guys have so many issues that may exist between the two of you. So it makes it very difficult to actually express these things in reality. We have feminine. So if you're a feminine watching this video, there could be a special message for you. Maybe you're doing more of that at this particular time. Maybe there's a lot of things that you are projecting onto this individual. Maybe what you think about them isn't 100% accurate. So what is this farewell energy about? 9 of Gems, which is the 9 of Pentacles in this deck here. Independence. So what's interesting here is that what's also happening in the mental space is people are just taking time for themselves. Maybe to just do their own thing, work on themselves, be single, be independent, just do them. So that's not necessarily a bad thing. So people could just be very just focused on doing their own thing. Solo energy. So now we have lust bound. What the heck is this about? Okay, so we have a King of Pentacles. So the King of Pentacles can definitely be somebody who is very down to earth and grounded. So it might seem, of course, like this person, like they would never be thinking of us in those types of terms. But I do feel like both parties are desiring, both parties are projecting, both parties are feeling a certain way, but there's a mask that hides how someone really feels. I feel like this is a masculine in this connection, and this masculine is really good at projecting this image that he either A, isn't affected or does not care, or B, that he just doesn't have those kinds of feelings. So, and also too, like that he's just focused on work and very focused in the material world. So, but I feel like there's something that connects you and them. All right. Now we have feminine's energy. What's this about? I feel like there is definitely an energy that's very spiritual that connects the two of you. The stars align. This to me is about alignment. This is about star-crossed connections. This is about connections that are made up of the stars, a wish fulfilled, people wishing upon a star. I feel like what this reading is trying to tell you, you guys, is that your person, even if they seem like a realist, somebody that doesn't have feelings for you, that they don't really show you that they care, or that they haven't spoken these words to you, I'm getting here that this person does wish upon a star and wishes for some sort of different situation or outcome with you. Okay. But they're just not communicating it. They're just not saying it. That's what I'm seeing here. Now, with the Nine of Pentacles, that is also an indication of somebody that is trying to improve themselves. The star is very spiritual for me. This masculine could be improving himself spiritually. Maybe he's going deeply within himself. Maybe he is saying farewell to a lot of things right now, things that are binding him to the physical world. So even though he is working on himself in the physical world, it may not be about material gain. It may be more about an internal abundance, a spiritual abundance within himself, okay? So what I feel here with this mental activity that's happening in this connection right now, I feel like this feminine is really connected to this masculine because this masculine is connected to her. And she might really feel that after a period of time that they've been separated or that they haven't spoken or whatever the situation may be, she might be getting signs from the universe that he is connected to her or that she's thinking about him suddenly again. And the reason why is because he might be thinking about her and he may be bound to her as well still as she is bound to him. So someone is projecting. You guys are projecting back and forth, okay? But what you guys are projecting, it's like you guys are both what's the word I'm trying to think of? You guys are both I can't think of the word, but you guys assume certain things about each other. And I'm getting what you guys are assuming isn't 100% accurate. So there's a lot of confusion in this connection right now because you guys are assuming things that you really don't know 100%. And it's because people are really good at hiding something, whether it's you, them, or both of you. You have people that are not being 100% because they are wearing a mask. And so that causes a lot of confusion. So I hope that that makes sense. So let's now move forward. We're going to shift gears again and go with this deck that we've already used. We're going to connect in the fiery energy. So fire is all about our desire and our passion, or maybe even action that people want to take in this connection. Now we already know that there is some sort of desire with hunger or hungry and lust bound. We have maturity, appreciation, and taboo. So what is maturity about? We have the Master. Okay, so this particular card here, this is about like the magician's energy to me, somebody who's mastered something. I don't think it's the magician, but it's just somebody who has mastered something within themselves. You know, they've obtained something. This is like a spiritual awakening here. I feel like what's happening here in somebody's energy field, because fire is definitely energy, this is a spiritual mastery or an awakening of some sort, connected to maturity. Somebody's wiser. So I feel like if you've been in separation with this individual, they've had time to mature. And maybe you have had time to mature. And maybe a lot of those things that you guys assumed about each other before, now that's why we have this energy of awareness. Aware that maybe these things that we've been holding on to for all this time have actually been more of a burden and have been very inaccurate, okay? And what I'm getting from this too right now is that dating, it's like it takes people sometimes to go out into the world to compare the connection that they had with you to other people. And it's through that process that someone has become aware that you two share a very special connection. So it's kind of like you don't know what you have until it's gone. I feel really rings true in this connection. Somebody needs to go off and find themselves. And I feel like this King of Gems, King of Pentacles, has made a realistic assessment of his life and figured out that there may have been connections perhaps that were low vibrational, and now he is looking for a higher vibrational connection. So if you're a feminine that's struggling with this masculine, you may not realize, you might still be looking at him through an old lens, is what I'm seeing here. Okay? You may not realize that he's actually really worked on himself, but you might not see that. So if you're relying on social media to show you this or to tell you this, you might not be getting that. That's why sometimes social media and watching someone through that lens may not be the best idea, because you're not getting accurate description there. But just know that someone has mastered something. They've taken action in that mastery of themselves. Doesn't mean they're perfect and just ready to go now, but they have matured, they have grown, they have gotten to know themselves with age. So this is about really appreciating things and looking at the good in people rather than focusing on the negatives. So again, remember those projections. What we focus on, we create more of. So if you're finding that you're still unhappy or that you're still attracting the same types of people in your life, there's something within you that needs to shift and change. Oh, I love this. This right here is like the magician's energy, existence. This is about being one with the universe, being aligned with the stars, mastering yourself on all different levels, realizing that you create your own reality. That's the magician to me. The magician has all the tools in front of him. He is the alchemist of his life. So our experience here on this planet is going to really be determined by the energy that we are holding within ourselves. Our situation with this person is also going to be determined on how we hold their energy and their memory. So if you're thinking that this person is nothing but bad news, you're feeling like they're just nothing, there's nothing good about them, that they're only going to bring you pain, that they're liars, that they're this, they're that. It doesn't mean that those things didn't happen if that is the case, but you holding that energy still is not helping you, and it's certainly not helping this connection. So if you want some sort of reconciling here, if you want someone perhaps, for the two of you to be able to experience a nice conversation, or for there to be forgiveness, or that avenue that opens up for reconciliation, or just a shift in this energy here, you've got to get to that point within yourself. The energy that you're holding has to shift and change. So now we have taboo. This is like about being maybe perhaps tied up, or this could be something that feels like it's wrong. Okay, so we have intensity. So this intensity, this is like the Knight of Wands here, moving forward with great intensity. This is about passion. This is about the desire to want to come towards one another. So again, this is confirming for me that both of you actually desire this connection. But I feel like there's a great distance between you and them. And it's through this distance or separation that you guys have experienced some sort of working on yourselves and mastering something within yourself as the time has progressed. And maybe you're finally at that point where you're no longer willing to project any old energy onto them. And maybe they've gotten to a point where they've realized that they've projected a lot of things onto you as well, such as fear and ego and etc. So you guys realize that the experience that you had with each other was somewhat tainted because of all of this crap that you guys were holding onto within yourselves. You guys are finally aware of where you guys both went wrong in the connection, and where you could have improved. So I feel like this time apart has helped the two of you to grow and to heal. That's actually quite beautiful. So that's what we have as far as what has been created and the action that has been taken in this connection. I'm actually seeing a lot of great things here. That's great. So now we're going to go into the water, which is emotions. Emotions are things that have either healed or are currently healing. We have autumn, higher purpose, and spring. Interesting. So spring and autumn are opposite. Okay, so I feel like this is going to be for anyone in the world watching. Whenever it's autumn somewhere here, it's spring somewhere else. So yeah, there's something there. But higher purpose, there's a higher purpose here. A higher purpose for what you've had to experience through your emotions. Your person also realizes that they had to experience something too for a higher purpose. So there has been something that's been obtained, some higher purpose or higher lesson that's been obtained here. So let's take a look at autumn. 10 of shells. 10 of shells is the 10 of cups. So the 10 of cups is a beautiful card because, I mean, this is basically saying here, autumn is about harvesting. Like what we've harvested is 10 of cups. We have been very successful in creating happiness, maybe family, maybe having it all. Maybe some of us have done that on our own, even without this person. We have created and manifested our ultimate happiness. So I feel like 10 of Cups is also the connection that you and this person shared. So when you guys came together, perhaps in autumn or spring, that you guys did experience a 10 of Cups. There was a sense of belonging. There was definitely this soul connection here that you guys both felt, because I feel that perhaps maybe you guys have already had this in another lifetime. So when you guys come together in this one, it's very familiar to you. It's like the intent was there to grow towards commitment, maybe even to have a family, maybe even to get married for some. But something obviously happened here. But there is a higher purpose as to why it didn't happen. Something didn't work out for a reason, and there is a higher purpose behind it. So it is about trying to see things through that lens instead of seeing it through this person's just a pile, they're this, they're that. That's not going to get you anywhere. See, we have the Tower. It had to come crashing down for a reason. To me, this is like a divine intervention card. So Spirit said something about this situation. It needs to come crumbling down. Why? So people can go into their mission with themselves and to grow and heal and ascend the way that they're supposed to in this life. But they cannot do it together. And this doesn't mean ever. It just means at that time, you guys were not able to grow together. You guys needed to separate. You guys needed to have some sort of Tower moment. Things needed to come crashing down. People needed to learn major lessons. There's a higher reason why this didn't work out. And now we have spring. So I kind of like this because spring is about renewal. Now we have the King of Swords. So the professional. So this tells me here emotionally, you had somebody that may have needed to go off. So this could be the masculine in this situation, needed to go off and needed to find himself. It could be professionally that this person needed to find themselves. They needed to make some sort of claim in the world. They needed to make a name for themselves. They needed to explore something. They needed major independence, whatever this is. So we have two completely different energies to me. Somebody who's very business oriented, and this is very family oriented. Somebody may have wanted family and commitment. And I feel like this King of Wings, King of Swords, was incapable at the time to be able to make this commitment. So something tore this connection apart. But again, there was a higher reason for this King of Swords to grow. Now, of course, you, the viewer, have grown as well. But somebody needed to go off in a specific way to find themselves so that way they could grow. But I'm also getting for some of you watching the video that through this separation, and this could be, of course, currently happening too. This doesn't have to be past tense. It has given you the opportunity to find out who you are, to become the master of your own universe, to take action in your life in ways that maybe you wouldn't have before. But sometimes when crisis hits and we go into crisis mode, it's like, oh shit, there's certain things that I need to do and I need to do them now. Sometimes when we're pushed is when we get things done. And I feel like this separation or Tower moment or crisis that hit this connection really put people into the mode of really needing to build their empire. Okay, rebuild themselves from the ground up. So in some sort of sense, it's like this person saved you. They saved you from going down maybe a path way within yourself that wasn't either the healthiest or that it just wasn't right at the time. And they did need to find themselves. And so the higher purpose is that both people are better off for this crisis and for this separation than they were before. But the ultimate goal was always 10 of Pentacles. I'm sorry, 10 of Cups. It was always 10 of Cups. But it might not have felt like that at the time. Okay? And I feel like that's probably why you and this person still desire one another, because you guys are both connected by the 10 of Cups. Neither of you have forgotten about that 10 of Cups that you guys both felt at that time. You guys both hang on to that dream that maybe one day you can have that 10 of Cups. I feel like somebody reflects and projects onto the past like a projector. They think about how they felt when they were with you and you with them. But they realized that something couldn't work at the time. So both people accept that something couldn't work out and wouldn't work for a reason. People needed to grow. People needed to mature. And I am seeing that that actually has happened. It has. People have matured. People have gathered up their tools. They may be appreciating life now. Maybe they weren't able to appreciate certain things, and now they can, okay? But this taboo energy, for me, this is telling me that people desire to actually come together. But some people's hands might be tied, as in there could be situations now that exist that are preventing the two of you from being able to come together. It could be cultural differences, differences of views, but the energy and the desire to come together is still there despite whatever challenges may exist. But yeah, this King of Pentacles has done some work on himself. You guys, even though there's a separation between the two of you, you guys are both connected still through desire. By seeing other people, by going through other experiences, you guys may have become aware of your faults and the things that you wish that you could have done better. So there's that feeling of wanting to improve as a person and to better yourself as a person. So it's like you can thank this person and this person can thank you for the lesson of wanting to improve your lives and be better people in the future. Okay? So that's really nice. I like that a lot. So now we're going to move on into the next section of this reading, which is the contract, okay? This is the contract between the two of you right now. What are you guys both working on at this particular time? What are you guys both working on? So we're going to go into my Oracle deck. We're going to go into the signs from Spirit. And we'll go into the Star Tarot. Where is your person currently at on their ascension process in your contract? Where are they currently at? Okay, so we have Dark Night of the Soul. So your person's overall theme right now is that they could be going through some sort of darkness. And I think that the energy that came through, which Tower, so it could be past for some, this could be presently, like things are starting to crumble. They're starting to realize and become aware through loss. Like I said, you don't know what you've got until it's gone. I feel like this person had to go through some sort of loss before maybe they are appreciating things that they once had, which could include you and this connection. Yeah, see, there's a reason I just said that, and Spirit's confirming. It's the memory of your connection. They do reflect on it, and it does bring them some sort of darkness. Okay, and they really want to clear that. Like a rocket ship, they want to clear that energy. They want to take off in a new direction. They don't want to be heavy in this energy of sadness with your connection. They definitely don't. So I feel like right now where they're at currently is that they're really trying to clear anything that happened between the two of you. They may not be doing it in a way where they're reaching out, but they're trying to clear something on their own through the memories. Because remember, there's projection here. There's like a projector on a wall. They're going through the past. They're going through old times, old things that they've done. You're included in that, and they're wanting to change. They're wanting to shift their energy. They're becoming more aware of themselves. That's what I'm seeing here. Way more aware of themselves. They want to start over. Look at that. So I feel like your person is definitely on some sort of a new voyage. a new journey. Okay. They may have already gone through this dark night of the soul, and now they're finally at a stage on their journey where they're feeling really good about moving forward. They're wanting to live their life in a whole new way. So I feel like your person has actually done a lot of work. It's being confirmed again. Really worked on themselves. We have the Empress. So it may be that they really value, like what they're looking for is they're looking for their Empress. They're looking for somebody to be by their side. This could also be that they're just looking to create. They're looking to build their own empire. They're nurturing themselves. They're taking care of themselves. That's a really beautiful energy. And last one, Prince of Wands. So this Prince of Wands, let me just double check. I believe that is the Knight of Wands, which the Knight of Wands actually already came up. Yeah, that's the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands already came up. So that Knight of Wands is very much about desire. It's about this feeling that they have that keeps them moving forward and carrying on. That's what I'm seeing. Yeah. So Knight of Wands already came up, remember you guys, with the energy of taboo. What they desire might be not within their reach. What they desire with this intensity might be against what their belief systems are, or they're afraid perhaps to go after something that they truly desire because it's going to bring forth something either scary or taboo or unpleasant. But I feel like they have a lot of desire towards a feminine. If you're a feminine watching this video, a lot of desire to come towards you, a lot of hunger, a lot of projecting what they want onto you. There's a real heavy, lusty energy here that they have towards their feminine. And it's like this rocket ship. This is like a phallic symbol to me, like they want to take off. They're, ready to go. Okay. They're like ready to go, at attention, wanting to burst forth some sort of an energy here. For some of you, it could even be that they're starting to really come into alignment with the Ten of Cups. And like I said, the Ten of Cups can be a commitment. It can be the need to want to domesticate your life, maybe even become either married or just committed in that way, share a home together, grow old together, have children together, or just a family together. So I feel like your person had to go through some sort of darkness without you in order to come towards the light, to see that maybe you are that person that they actually want to have that Ten of Cups with. So it's interesting the way that things have to kind of go sometimes, and that might be what the higher purpose was. They had to go through all of this in order to get to the light. So let's take a look and see what is what are you working on at this time? What's the biggest thing that you're working on at this time, the viewer? Okay, so you might be looking to reinvent yourself in some way. You would like to do things different. You would like to grow in a new way, which is fantastic. Orbs of light. You definitely want to have a higher vibrational energy. So a lot of the energy that came through is that we might be projecting something on, like replaying old tapes, going through old energy and just kind of replaying the same thing over and over again. So we're projecting fear rather than what we want. I feel like what you're working on right now is that you're working on raising your vibration, working perhaps with the spirit realm, your angels, your guides, your higher self. You would like to recharge yourself and experience something new on your journey. That's really amazing. We have the King of Pentacles. So remember, you guys, this person has come through as the King of Pentacles as well as the King of Swords in this reading. You've come through, they've also come through as the Knight of Wands as well. But that, I feel, is the desire that you guys both have towards one another. But I feel like that coming up on their side was a confirmation that this person does really desire you, if some of you guys were questioning that. King of Pentacles, this is their energy in your energy field. You would like to reinvent this connection. You would like to ascend to the next level with this person. You would like to maybe even perhaps maybe what you're experiencing right now is really in more of like that 5D energy, more in the spirit realm. Maybe you're having a lot of dreams about this individual. Maybe there's a lot of signs that you're getting, a lot of telepathy, a lot of telepathic messages. So this is really happening. You are getting their energy. You're picking up on what they are going through. You're picking up on where they're at on their journey, what they're desiring with you. So this is confirming for you that you are picking up on their energy with where they're at on their ascension process. They are working on themselves, you guys. That's really cool. And then we have the Page of Pentacles, Princess of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is somebody who is still learning. You know, they're learning as they navigate their new journey. They're going towards being the King of Pentacles. That's their ultimate goal, is to learn and to grow into that king. So the seed has been planted, you guys. It has been planted. And we have 8 of Swords. So right now, what I'm getting here is if you feel like you're stuck, it's Spirit reminding you, you can only be stuck if you allow yourself to think that you're stuck. Nothing is holding you back. This person isn't holding you back. Only you and your belief systems are holding you back. So that's really huge in this reading today. Our belief systems are creating our reality. What we're projecting out there is what we are experiencing. So that is a heavy lesson in today's reading. If you can raise your vibration and reinvent your energy and improve your energy, you're going to experience you're going to experience such a different journey. You're not going to be as stuck. You're not going to feel as secluded. You're not going to feel as bound as you might feel. You're not going to be focusing or fantasizing so much about what could be. You're actually going to be participating in life and not worrying about this connection and what's going to happen. You're going to involve yourself in other aspects of your life. You're going to focus perhaps on your mission rather than just this person. So I feel like the person watching the video, you are growing. And Spirit is trying to elevate you to the next level on your journey, okay? Because your person is definitely doing some work. The seeds have been planted, but now you've got to give this person some time and some space in order to grow. And you might feel like you've already given them enough time and space to grow. But the thing is, that is an expectation of timing, as in you feel like it's been enough time. Maybe it's not. So 8 of Swords means it's time for you to break free from any thought patterns or any kind of projected, like expectations that you might have on this journey, and just worry about yourself instead of your person. So there's a shift in energy that is currently being experienced at this time. So that's really cool. So why don't we see what are the biggest challenges? Okay. Even though I feel like maybe some challenges just came through, we're going to just get a few more. What is the biggest challenge that your person is experiencing at this time? Maybe even their biggest fear about this connection right now. This is them. And we have, this is you. Okay. This right here is my Mystic's Midnight Oracle. I don't know if I said that. It's my Twin Flame Journey Shadows. This is them. And this is you. 2 want to come off, so we're going to get those. And we're going to go into my Dark Night of the Soul Tarot. And we're going to clarify with these. So for your person, there is some kind of an issue that they have when it comes to being owned. And that's an excuse that they've used for an awfully long time, that they don't want to settle down or that they don't want to be controlled. At the end of the day, though, that's just an excuse. It's just a fear. So there could be something about your energy, of course, that may want to own them, that may be obsessed with them, or that you just have a very difficult time focusing on anything else but them. So there could be an energy that does come from you that makes them feel this way, or this could again just be their own fear that they're projecting onto you, and it might not even be accurate. We have the Devil. Yeah, the Devil is about being owned. The Devil is about being in bondage. I can't move. I don't want to get sucked in. You can see that this Venus flytrap sucks people in. I don't feel like I mean, yes, your person is afraid of this, but this is more or less about how they feel about you. They're afraid that they're going to get sucked in by an energy and that they're going to become addicted to you. So they use this as an excuse to stay away from you, to keep you at arm's length. That's really interesting. Yeah, see? Fire escape. So they look for an escape before they even go down that path with you. It's like before you guys could even really deeply get involved, they're already looking for their escape. So this is a person that has issues. And we have crocodile tears, which is the Page of Cups. So at the end of the day, Page of Cups is someone who maybe made a lot of false promises and created a lot of tears, but this stems from an immaturity. So I feel like your person is still maturing. I feel like they still struggle with commitment issues. I feel like they still might be making some sort of an excuse as to why they can't get involved with you. So that is something that you're going to have to let them get cleared and figure out on their own. Why do they have these issues? Why is this such an issue for them? Why is it that they create more sorrow than they do what they want? So that is what we have for your person. So let's see your shadow. We have misguided. And this comes through with Keeper of Souls. So suppressed, lost, and weakened state, and bloodthirsty, draining, and parasitic. So what is kind of interesting here, you guys, is that there might be something about you that is very addicted to this person, or when you're in their presence, it's like they're just everything to you. There's nothing like them. It almost makes you feel like you will give your soul over to them. Like you will just, like you're in this weakened state, like that card says. And you'll just give everything to them. So I feel like Spirit has guided you down a different path, so that way you did not lose yourself and give yourself completely to this individual. Because there's a really deep soul connection here that you feel with them, and it makes you just want to completely surrender everything to them. And Spirit's saying, that's not healthy. That's devil's energy. That's lovers in darkness. That's the downside of the lovers and the soul connection. There could be a lot of addiction here. There could be, I'm addicted to you. You're the only person that I want to drink from. So in some sort of sense, or in some sort of way, your person could have sensed this energy from you, and that caused them to run from you. Okay. And even though they were drinking from that same cup and perhaps feeling the same way, it's like they were able to escape first before you guys went down this road. Okay. So I feel like Spirit, there was a higher purpose to these lessons that you guys both had to learn through the separation. And you may have become a stronger person, and you're not as, maybe you're not as weak. Maybe you're stronger now. Maybe you're not going to just give everything to this person if you were to meet them or see them again. Maybe you're not going to go down that path again of just giving your all and giving everything to them without holding any respect for yourself or healthy boundaries. So there was something that the person that's watching this video for had to learn, and it was really difficult, but you had to learn this lesson, and I feel like it has helped you to strengthen yourself. So you might still be battling this. Yeah, Seven of Swords, it's like you had to go through a lesson that had to do with false energy. Now remember, the Seven of Swords came up at the very beginning of the reading. 3D world, which is the reality, which is, it's very difficult now to figure out what's real and what's not. Was this ever real? Was I completely misguided the entire time? Did I just make it all up in my head? We have Villain of Torment. Again, you can see this person with sharp objects. This person has hurt me. This person has inflicted a lot of pain. This is the villain in my life. You can villainize this person, Knight of Swords, for the rest of your life if you want to. You absolutely can do that. But what I'm getting here is you're going to misguide yourself, and you're going to keep yourself in this bound, weakened state and suppressed. You're supposed to clear this energy and forgive this person and get to the light with this person. This doesn't mean that you have to let them back into your life. This doesn't mean that if they're not ready that you let them do a number on you again. No. You've had to learn something from them and they've learned something from you. You can see them as the villain, or you can see them as someone who has helped you to grow into the person that you are today. Hierophant, false prophet. So there's a false counterfeit energy here. Misguided. I'm getting here that as long as you're in this energy here of focusing on all of the bad and focusing on this person as being the biggest villain in your life, you're actually creating, you're going down a bad path. You're actually creating more of a suppressed, lost, weakened state for yourself. This person owns you then. What they've done to you, the pain of this experience owns you. You're bound by this person's darkness. You're bound by what they did. You're bound by how you reacted or how you just process. Again, what you're projecting is creating your reality. So you're bound in some sort of devil's energy to this person. And I feel in some way they're actually bound to you in that same energy as well. But you guys are both working on yourselves in different ways on your journey to clear your karma, to clear these lessons that you experienced with each other. So you guys are both teachers to one another. The Hierophant to me is a spiritual teacher. This person is a spiritual teacher for you, and you are a spiritual teacher for this person. You guys may have gone down a negative path, but guess what? There's a higher purpose as to why you guys went down that dark path, because you guys had to. We already see that your person had to go through a dark night of the soul. And there's a reason for that. And there may have been a reason why you had to go through all of this heartbreak and sadness with this individual, because there was something for you to learn. As in, giving yourself 100% to someone or losing yourself with someone is not a good idea. So you've learned something and they've learned something. Wow. So that is the biggest challenges and blockages that are standing in the way for this connection right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a you versus them in their head and heart space, okay? So we're going to grab, this is going to be their energy, your energy, and this is going to be the combined energy with how you guys are seeing each other. And we're going to combine it with my Twin Flame Journey Tarot. So Divine Feminine Healing and Twin Flame Journey Tarot. Okay, so let's see what your person, when they think about you, what do they think about, or how do they see you specifically? We have breathing room, and then for their emotions, how they feel, we have match. So let's get some tarot to clarify. Wow, the Seven of Swords is the third time in this reading today. Okay, your person either deceived you, lied to you, put up a false mask, either in the past or is doing this currently because they need space. I get this more of a past tense though. Your person did something and created this tower moment in crisis energy, but it was a tactic to get space away from you and the situation and the connection. Okay? So where they're at in their space is that they trust that divine timing, when the time is right, perhaps may bring the two of you back together. But they might think about the past and think about that darkness that was created in the past. See, they're telling you and explaining to you that it really was them, not you. This deceptive energy was about their character. It wasn't about you. So they're telling you that. Their lying or deceptive or maybe even cheating ways, this is just a strategy to disconnect, to create space between them and other people. I feel like this person has done this many times, not just to you. They've done this with other people. And this is how this person creates space so they can breathe. There's a fear of commitment. There is a fear of deep connection here. Now, in their heart space, we have match. What I want is also seeking me. And it is that energetic frequency that will draw these 2 points together. Your person is kind of leaving things up to the universe. And I did get this, I believe, in last week's reading. And we do see that they're kind of spiritual and that they're going through a spiritual awakening. So they're just trusting in the process of the universe and frequency. I feel like they are currently in the process of shifting their energy to a higher vibration. And whatever is meant for them is going to match up with them at a different time. So I feel like they truly believe that if you two are meant to come together again or be together or run into each other, that will just happen. Queen of Pentacles. So a Queen of Pentacles is the king or the queen to that king. So there's a match. There's a counterpart here. You're the queen. You're the queen to my king. So the Queen of Pentacles is the ideal partner, the ideal mate. She's somebody that has it all. She's very stable. She's not just going to give herself over completely to anyone else. She is going to, of course, be there to nurture and take care of, but she also takes care of and nurtures herself. So she's a very strong queen. I feel like that is what your person is looking for. And I feel that because either time has gone on or they are starting to realize that you are this Queen of Pentacles, that they are trying to find a way to make that match. But they're heavily relying on, sorry, so many cards just want to pop out. And there's one all the way across the room. It's it's not in my view, so I'm just not going to take it, but I'll take these 3. Okay, see? This is just confirming for you that it all comes down to timing. So they're waiting for some reason. Again, there could be a reason why they can't come towards you. It could be that they're just waiting for divine timing. I trust in the process of divine timing. They do miss the feel of you next to them. They do. So that also confirms that they're thinking about you and that they miss you. But this is like the taboo card. I care about what other people think. So your person still struggles with what other people are going to think is right for them. They still struggle with what either they're culturally or just the type of person, the difference between the two of you, or what someone else is going to think about their choice to be with you. So they're struggling with that right now, with what their head and their heart are communicating. But that is where your person is at right now. They've taken breathing room from you in order to find themselves. This is also a tactic that they use in order to separate themselves from you and other individuals. This really is them, not you. They care, of course, what other people think, so that's a factor why they may have distanced themselves from you, but they still do think about you, and there's something about timing that they're waiting on. They are seeking someone who is their energetic match, and that looks like that person is you. So it all comes down to timing, though. That's where they're at. All right. So why don't we see where you're at with them? What do you see when it comes to them? How do you see them? We have talent and emotions. We have closed. Okay. So let's get a tarot on the talented. Ace of Cups, beautiful. And Hearts, 9 of Wands. So that 1 + 9 is 10 to me, which tells me that there has been some sort of a completion on your journey when it comes to this individual. Like you've come full circle with some sort of a realization or even a lesson. Okay. This right here is my twin flame messages. 1, The other one was my number 2. Okay. All right. Okay, so when it comes to your thoughts about this person, how you either see the situation or what you think about when you think about them, this says talent. Now, you might see this person as very talented, okay? So they could be talented in some sort of way. We have, I honor my unique talents as they have been given to me from the divine to be shared with the world. What I feel too is that you see this person as someone who has inspired you to love yourself and to find yourself on your journey, to be able to initiate you into loving yourself more. So we already know that that was one of the main purposes of this connection, was for you to heal and to love yourself and to focus more on your own cup rather than their cup. And that might have been very difficult for you to do, but you might have had to go through something with this person, as in losing them, in order to really focus on your own cup once and for all. Okay? So this initiated you into loving yourself and finding yourself and perhaps living out your mission. The grass wasn't greener on the other side. This is an energy that tells me here that you may have gone into other connections with other people and the grass is just not the same. There's still a flame that you hold for this individual. They're very unique. It's a unique connection for you. It's a cup that just is never satisfied. So what it does is it continues to force you to work on yourself. So you see this person as a blessing. And if you don't see them this way all the time, I feel like you have graduated to this level of seeing them more as a blessing than rather than a villain in your life. So you've really worked on yourself, person watching the video. And you have experienced your cup running over when it comes to this person and this connection. Because also, I feel like if you've been in any kind of hate or any lower vibrational energy with this person, you realize that it actually doesn't fulfill you and it doesn't help your life. It actually hinders you. So you may have gone to the dark side to realize, you know what, that's not where I want to be with this individual. Loving this person and focusing on the blessings of this connection, that is what blesses my life. So that other side may not be where the gold is at. The gold is unconditional love. The gold is holding love and light towards this person, forgiving them, and also forgiving yourself and focusing on you. That's so incredible. So now we have in your heart space closed. I trust that certain doors are closed for a reason. I do not continue to bang on them. What I'm getting here is you realize that this closure, this ending, this separation was a part of your trials and tribulations. You had to go through this in order to forgive this person. Is it possible to forgive and forget? It's been difficult. Let's not pretend it hasn't been. Of course, it's been difficult to forgive this person. The reason why this lesson is so significant, I mean, they were disguised as the biggest villain in your life, perhaps. But to continue to hold them in that villain energy isn't going to help you. You have to get to a point where you are willing to let go of the burden. The next card would be the 10 of Wands, and we have Ace and 9, which is 10. It's time to let the burden of hate go. It's time to let the heavy energy of unforgiveness go. It's time to step into unconditional love with your person. That's where the gold is. That is where your life is going to become beautiful. That is when all of the miracles and all the things that are meant for you are going to come into your journey and your existence. So stop wasting time in low vibrational energy if you are. It's time to forgive, okay? So that's where you're at with your individual right now. So we're going to go ahead and end this reading with Spirit's advice moving forward. So we're going to go into Queen of Light 1111's Divine Connections Oracle cards. And we're going to see how Spirit is helping us to move forward and the advice to move forward. We have Archangel Zadkiel, release. So Archangel Zadkiel is with us at this time, giving us this advice that we must release this lower vibrational energy. It's not going to serve us on this journey. This is where we're going to get the things that we desire when we release. Okay. And we have Soldier to remove these obstacles in our 3D world. So let's see what else. This right here is my spirits of darkness and light. What are we releasing? Oh, see, we're releasing that very confused, foggy energy. Remember, you guys, at the very beginning of the reading, we had the 6 of clouds and the 7 of clouds, which is the swords in that deck. It's clouds, fog, confusion. Remember how I said that there was a lot of confusion and unclear energy? We need to release this. We need to release anything that is fogging up our pathway, fogging up our journey to where we cannot venture forward. Anything that we're projecting that's dark, any old energy that's just not helping us on our journey, we need to release it. We need to just basically part ways with it, okay? So that way we can go towards the things that we love. Cupid is that energy where what we want and what we desire, Cupid works on our behalf, which is our energy that attracts the things that we want. So in some sort of way, our own energy is Cupid, you guys. We have Spirit of the Cross, burden, hardships, and lessons. Again, we can continue to burden ourselves and continue to attract lessons and burdens and hardships, or we can clear this energy up today. We no longer have to have this confusing, dark, burdensome, karmic connection or experience. Let's clear it up. So now that's why we have remover of obstacles. Spirit is saying us and us alone. We can clear these obstacles. Yes, Spirit is there to assist us, but we are really the ones that are putting one foot in front of the other to clear things up. See, look, Spirit of Waters, cleansing, healing your emotions. You can do this. You can release anything that is burdening you emotionally, that's causing depression, that's causing you to feel dark and unhealthy. You can clear this up, okay? So let's go ahead and get the twin flame angel numbers, and we're going to get some tarot on some advice for that. So the message continues to go back to whatever our energy and frequency is what is dictating our experiences. 1616, we have your angels are guiding and assisting you towards financial freedom. So that's a red heart, and red, of course, is the root chakra, and root is the physical world. So there could be some sort of financial hardships or burdens right now that need to be released and cleared at this time. So your angels, your guides, the universe is helping and assisting to clear the pathway forward towards financial freedom. We have 1155. Don't take people's opinions personally. People can only understand from their own level of perception. Okay, remember we had the projecting card. Whatever we perceive as truth becomes truth. Whatever we think about someone, it doesn't make it true, but that's our truth. Whether it's true or not, that's our truth. And somebody can say anything that they want and it won't change anything. It's up to you to change your own mind and to see things differently for things to shift and change. Your perception only changes when you open yourself up to perhaps the notion that maybe what you thought wasn't correct. Maybe the judgments that you were placing on someone are really coming from something within yourself, maybe fear, whatever. A lot of the opinions that we have of other people have more to do with us than it has to do about them. So Spirit is actually helping right now for us to change our minds and to not take everything so personally. The Four Agreements is a beautiful book because one of the Four Agreements is about not taking things personally. And it's really difficult to do. And I fall into this trap a lot, you guys. I am definitely not like this highly ascended person. I'm just a freaking tarot card reader at the end of the day. That's my gift. But that doesn't mean that I'm always practicing what I preach. So sometimes this is very difficult for me. It is a difficult one, and it's one that I constantly have to work on the daily. But at the end of the day, what other people think about you, yes, you can create your own personal hell worrying about that and taking it all personally. But usually at the end of the day, what other people are doing, it really doesn't have anything to do with you. It has everything to do with what the hell's going on in their lives and what they're coping with. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, we might not be that important. So Spirit wants you to open yourself up to the possibility that you may have been misguided through information, or what you're seeing or even hearing might not be accurate. So really try not to stay in your headspace too long and take everything personally. That will also help to remove a lot of the obstacles and to create a lot of the healing and cleanse a lot of things that don't belong. So that way you can release things that don't serve. Oh, we have an 1111 card. We also have 11, 11, 11, 11, 8338. That's an 1111 card to me. Okay, so this just confirms for you guys at the very end, you and your person are mirroring each other's thoughts at this present time. You're thinking about them. They're thinking about you. Remember when we first started this reading, it was a two-way energy. It's not just one person feeling the desires and desiring this connection and hungering for it and thinking all of these things. No, both people are mirroring each other's thoughts. So if you're suddenly thinking about this person a lot, if you're feeling their energy just a lot lately, that is because they are feeling and thinking about you a lot too. And you guys are both experiencing some major transformations and some major soul development and growth on your journeys during separation. And I feel like in divine timing, which we all love, right? These things are going to shift and change. Frequencies are going to match at some point. But it's up to us to continue to do the work and show up for ourselves. We can only show up for another person when we've learned to show up for ourselves. Because if we don't, it's just a very parasitic energy. We're clinging on to another person for all of our needs and all of our happiness. No one likes that kind of energy. And the only reason I'm saying that is because we did get the thirsty vampire energy, which was parasitic. No one wants that. So we need to clear and heal that energy if it's residing somewhere within us, okay? We have the Five of Wands. So fives want to come up because fives are challenges. Fives are also change. So this tells me that whatever our experiences that we are having right now, which are challenging, we will have an opportunity to clear up whatever this is. We will grow from these challenges. We have the Knight of Wands. Okay, so you guys remember when I said the Prince of Wands? I was flipping through the deck and I was like, wait a second, there's a lion on that. And the King of Wands is actually the Prince of Wands in this deck. Why they use Prince and Knight and why can't they just all be kings and queens, right? So let's go back to that message, which was in this particular deck, the Prince of Wands. You know, I said that it had something to do with desire. Well, here it is again. So we did get a double confirmation in this reading that there is desire to want to clear these challenges. There is a desire to want to move forward and to clear up what isn't working or what hasn't worked in the past and to come together and experience that passion, right? But earlier, when it came to, let me just go back to the card here. Yeah, when it came to the Prince of Wands, we have three kings that came up in this reading. King of Pentacles, King of Wands, as well as the King of Swords. So this right here is somebody who is working towards being the king of their kingdom with their queen by their side. So that is another king and queen message, that your person is working on redoing some aspect of their journey, wanting to grow in a whole new way with a partner by their side. So if your individual has always been afraid of commitment, I do feel like that is being worked on right now. The Knight of Wands is one of the most non-committal energies in the deck. And that might be one of the challenges right now that your person is still facing. They're still trying to clear up the excuse as to why they can't settle down, why they feel like relationships are a trap, or why marriage is a trap, or whatever. I feel like someone is still clearing these excuses and these stories that they're telling themselves. And I do feel like it is connected to your partner, okay? So this is undergoing transformation. That also is being worked on right now to release these restrictions, things that are restricting us from being able to move forward together, removing these obstacles of commitment issues. But I feel like if your person is going to commit to someone and they're going to build a life with someone, it's going to be you. It's like you're that special person for them to take that leap of faith with, if that makes sense. Look, we have 2 5s, you guys. 5 of Swords. So there's a real challenge. There is a real challenge at this particular time with these obstacles. Something has to change. 5 plus 5 is 10. So 2 10s came through. That tells me that we're at the end stage of completing a cycle in this connection. So there could very well be some significant change, coming up, because there's some major cycles that are clearing. But the biggest challenges, though, could be other people. I do see sometimes that the 5s of Wands and the 5 of Swords can indicate that there are other people in the situation that are issues or standing in the way. So that might need to be cleared and healed as well. But the 5 of Swords is also a card of sabotaging. I feel like your person sabotages and makes excuses to why things can't work. So you're up against a person right now that is really struggling with themselves. And we have the Queen of Swords. So another couple, another partnership, another counterpart that comes through. King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, King of Swords. So I feel like the reason that that's coming through in that way is the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles are very practical. They're also very committed to working on themselves in the physical world, improving themselves, maybe even improving their financial status or just their surroundings or their stability in this life. The Queen of Swords and the King of Swords also make a lot of decisions based on rationale rather than making emotional decisions. So I feel like right now there could be a real need for both people, you and your person, to really focus a lot more on yourselves and focus more on what you need to do as far as responsibilities and getting things done and getting things correct in your life. That seems to be where the focus needs to be while there are still these issues within this connection. So it always just kind of pulls us back to focus on ourselves instead of focusing on this person. That's where the energy needs to be. And last message, see, that's the way forward, Chariot. I believe that the Chariot came through at the very beginning of the reading. So we started with the Chariot and we end with the Chariot. On the bottom of the deck, we got 2 of Cups. So when it comes to the way forward towards this 2 of Cups, towards this connection, 10 of Cups that you want with this person, both people have to be on the same page. That's the Chariot to me. In order for this Chariot to move forward, both people have to be on the same page. And I just feel that right now, you guys are on the same page, but you guys are on individual journeys. I feel like this just came through somebody's reading that I just recently did too. So if that person's watching this video, I feel like there's an extension of your reading coming through here on this last message. But both people have to be on the same page in order for things to be able to move forward. You guys are on individual journeys right now, but it's the same, if that makes sense. You guys might not be together in the physical world, but you guys are experiencing an energetic union. You guys both want the same things, but neither one of you are saying what you want or acting like that's what you want to each other. You guys both might be really doing a good job of pretending that neither one of you are affected by the other. So that could create a lot of confusion. But what we can do on our own is we can raise our vibration connected to this individual. We can heal, we can clear up anything that's not serving us or anything that's standing in our way to move forward. So right now is a time to focus on the physical world, focus on your thoughts, because the swords, remember you guys, are our thoughts. Become the master of your thoughts and what you're thinking and the energy that you're holding. When you do that, you can master anything you want. You can create anything that you want with your thoughts. The energy that you're holding is determining your experience and how you feel on a day-to-day basis. So it's time to think about those things rather than just coming together with this person right now. You guys really have some work perhaps to focus on and do first before that's a good idea. So take this separation as an opportunity to be the better version of yourselves. So that way you guys can experience that bliss that you guys once had with one another. But this time it will be better all around because you guys will be healthier and more mature as individuals. Love it. All right, you guys, I hope that you enjoyed those messages. If it didn't resonate with you, no worries. I'll be bringing forth a twin flame reading specifically later on during this week. All right, take care. Bye-bye.